So then today we have some breaking news, and that is that Kimi Raikkonen, the 2007 World Champion, is back in Formula 1.
After 2 years in the World Rally Championship, Kimi Raikkonen returns to Lotus for the 2012 season. The Iceman returns to Formula 1.
The 2007 World Champion Kimi Raikkonen is returning to Formula 1 with the new Lotus F1 team.
Kimi Raikkonen, also known as the Iceman, is back in Formula 1.
Kimi Raikkonen is returning to Formula 1 for the 2012 season with the newly formed Lotus F1 team. The Iceman is back.
Guys, my name is Jacob. We're back to a brand new video today. I'm here to kick off the Iceman Returns on F1 2012, and right now you can see we are in the Lotus garage going through Kimi Raikkonen's setup that he is running this weekend here in Albert Park, out Australia, Melbourne, for the first Grand Prix of the 2012 season, the first Grand Prix of his comeback. And now you can see we're looking at the grid. Lewis Hamilton qualified on pole with Fernando Alonso in second and Romain Grosjean rounding up the top three. So obviously Romain Grosjean proving that the Lotus does have the pace that they showed in pre-season. Then in fourth it is Jenson Button, followed by Mark Webber, Nico Rosberg. So the reigning champion Sebastian Vettel is in seventh, ahead of his fellow German and seven-time champion Michael Schumacher in eighth, followed by Kumiko Kobayashi and then Felipe Massa rounding up the top 10. So obviously now we're looking at Raikkonen's race strategy, and he's going on the normal fuel strategy, starting on the options, pitting on lap 12 for the primes. So obviously it's going to be interesting how Raikkonen does in his comeback. He didn't have the best qualifying after having quite a good practice session. In practice he was about 4th, and in qualifying he ended up qualifying in 15th. So he didn't have the best qualifying, but I think he's looking forward to the race, and I'm really looking forward to see how it goes. But now let's go to the grid.
Only 32 men have known what it is to be an F1 World Champion, to have pushed the limits and collected the spoils. Bravery and skill transform mortals to heroes. Legacies earned, names never forgotten. Fangio, Fittipaldi, Stewart, Brabham, Senna and Hunt. A privileged few with one thing in common. Of those 32 men, 6 will take to the track today. A lineup of which the grid has never seen. Trophies raised and champagne spilt, their names penned in history. Friends, rivals, pupils and masters. Their only fear is losing. 2012, a year already in the record books. But for our champions, these tributes and honours can wait. For now, it's time to race.
So obviously 6 world champions on the grid this year, and now you can see Lewis Hamilton on pole position with Romain Grosjean in 3rd and Kimi Raikkonen down in 15th. So he has Paul di Resta and Werner ahead of him with Maldonado up in 12th. And now as we are revving up to 5 red lights for the start of the 2012 season. And lights out and away we go. The 2012 season is finally underway, and Raikkonen gets a very good start. He actually gets ahead of di Resta straight away. We get to run him, but di Resta gets a best start in the second phase. And now coming up to the first corner, Raikkonen makes a very diving move and he gets up into 11th. So also already a very good race by him. And now he's dropped down to 12th and battling with Verne, who was on his left. And Massa gets nudged out. And Raikkonen goes up the inside, and slight contact there with Kobayashi. But nevertheless he gets up into 8th place, and he looks like he might be able to get past on Jenson Button. And he actually has very good pace at the moment, already up into 8th place. But he has to lift off there so he doesn't actually make contact with Button. And obviously Raikkonen already up into 8th from 15th, so he's already done a very good job, and he's now on the back of, and he's now actually very, very close to Jenson Button, and he might think about going up the inside here up into turn 8, I believe it is, and he does go up the inside and he does get the job done. He runs a little bit wide on the exit, but nevertheless he's still up into 7th place, and now we are running up to turns 11 and 12, and obviously it's fast left right chicane, as now we are going on to lap 2, and Raikkonen's a purple first sector. But obviously most drivers are going purple, so it might not actually be a proper representation, as now you're coming up through turns 9 and 10 again, running up to turns 11 and 12, the fast left right chicane, and it looks like Raikkonen is using about half curves there, as he's actually trying to catch Mark Webber in the first Red Bull, and obviously a purple sector once again, but that's normal on that too. and Raikkonen gets a very, very good exit off turns 11 and 12, and now he's right on the back of Mark Webber, and he goes up the inside, and he gets the job done, and now he's got ahead of him the reigning champion Sebastian Vettel in the other Red Bull, and Raikkonen made a very good move on Mark Webber. Obviously, that's good. Obviously, you can make good overtakes at that place, and he hits the apex of the penultimate corner very well, and now going around the final corner, he gets a little bit grass and runs a little bit wide, but uses the curves to cancel out the little mistake, and obviously he's gone purple as have most people, but we had to wait and see whether he is actually the fastest man on the track at the moment. And obviously Vettel is ahead, and there you can see confirmation Raikkonen is actually fast man on the track at the moment, so he is definitely making a move. And obviously he's starting down 15th, so he's already made up 9 places, but can he make up a 10th place by passing Sebastian Vettel? Obviously Vettel is the reigning champion and didn't win those 2 championships for nothing in 2010 and 2011, but then again Raikkonen also, you need to remember that he won the championship in 2007, and now he's already closed down in 4/10 on Sebastian Vettel in the first sector. And Raikkonen, obviously 2 years away, he might be a little bit rusty, but he is showing no signs of losing his touch at the moment. And now he's actually already right on the back of Sebastian Vettel, right on Vettel's gearbox, and he's using about half his curves again, and yes, just over half. And he goes around the outside of Sebastian Vettel before turns 11 and 12. It's a risky move, but he's got the pass done. And now ahead of him he has Nico Rosberg, the teammate of the 7-time world champion Michael Schumacher, and he looks like he's going to go up the inside as Raikkonen is going up the inside, and he gets a pass done. Rosberg has to yield, and he runs out of road, and Raikkonen set a purple second sector. But now Raikkonen's teammate Roman Grosjean is ahead next on Raikkonen's hit list. So Kimi obviously having a very good race at the moment, and he's fastest man on track at the moment, but that may get beaten as they come over the line to start lap 4. And now as we are coming on to later on lap 4 actually, I think Fernando Alonso made a mistake because Grosjean is right on Alonso's gearbox, and Raikkonen's getting a bit of it as well. And Raikkonen goes up the inside of his teammate Roman Grosjean, and they're side by side, but Grosjean has to yield. Raikkonen, obviously the veteran driver of the Lotus team, both have experience, but Raikkonen has a lot more experience than Grosjean. And now Raikkonen is right on Alonso's gearbox already. So obviously Raikkonen, he was in Formula 1 from 2001 to 2009, and he had 2 years away rallying in 2010, 2011, but come back for 2012, and I think it was a good time for him to come back. He seems like he's doing very well, and obviously he's in podium position, so obviously he's doing very well, and it looks like he really wants to get ahead of Fernando Alonso, and he should have DRS coming onto the back straight, start-finish straight, because obviously he was within a second, and he has got the DRS, so he opens up. The rear wing is wide open right now, and look at the straight line speed. He's gaining on Fernando Alonso, gives him a little tap, so he obviously misjudged the when to move out, but nevertheless he's still got the pass done. That didn't really change anything, and Raikkonen moves up into second place on lap 5, and Lewis Hamilton is in the lead of the race at the moment. He already has a 10-second lead, and I don't know if Raikkonen can close it down, but remember Raikkonen is currently the fastest man on track. And now as we go on to lap 9, Raikkonen, obviously, Hamilton's been pulling away, and Raikkonen goes down to first gear and he loses it, and then actually makes contact with his teammate Grosjean, and that's been Raikkonen 180, and Grosjean can continue because he just lost an end plate. Fernando Alonso goes by in third, and Alonso is now in third, and Raikkonen's dropped down to fourth, and he's battling with Sebastian Vettel. But obviously Raikkonen proving that everyone is human, and even the great champions can make mistakes. And Alonso already has a 3.4 second lead over Raikkonen, so obviously Raikkonen not really what he wanted, but obviously the tyres may be going off, as now we're coming up to this zone where he's made passes and he's actually lost the back end again, so just sliding, showing that the tyres are obviously fading, and now he's dropped down to 7th place, and Jensen makes contact and loses his end plate. But now Raikkonen has 7-time champion Michael Schumacher ahead of him in 6th place, and now we have some team radio coming right now from Kimi Raikkonen.
Okay, mate, so we want you to do what Schumacher does. If he pits, then you pit.
Okay, so Raikkonen being told to pit if Schumacher pits, and Schumacher has in fact fallen to the pits, so I think the team want to take it to the pit lane, but I also think that they don't want to lose too much time to Michael Schumacher, because obviously fresh tyres make a massive difference, and I don't think they want to lose out to Michael Schumacher being on the fresher rubber, so they are putting Raikkonen also on the prime tyre on the fresher rubber. And it's 3.3 second pit stop, so not too bad by the Lotus team. Obviously winter testing, so they will be a bit rusty, but Michael Schumacher is still ahead, but I think that they want Raikkonen to just keep going and be on fresh rubber so he can fight Michael Schumacher on a level playing field. And Nico Rosberg is actually ahead there, and he makes a little mistake. So obviously Rosberg again showing that everyone is human, and Raikkonen looks like he thinks he's going to have to looks like he's misjudged his brake point. Actually, he goes up the inside and he actually makes contact with, I think that was Hulkenberg or De Resta, a Force India, and Schumacher and Rosberg. So 3 people contact there as Verne sets fast as that. That's very surprising. But nevertheless, Raikkonen moves up into 11th ahead of Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes. And now on lap 13, Raikkonen was a little bit wide, and obviously uses the rest of his curves coming down to start finish straight. And he moves up into 7th place as there are other drivers in the pits. And Hamilton, I think, will remain in the lead for this stint. And now on to lap 15, Alonso sets fast lap, which is instantly beaten by Kimi Raikkonen. And Raikkonen is now, it looks like Michael Schumacher has got held up by, I believe that is Webber and then Vettel. And Raikkonen, again, their confirmation that he's setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. He's fast man on track. And Raikkonen goes up the inside Michael Schumacher and Sebastian Vettel. But Vettel is still there and he has the inside line from the next corner. So Vettel holds 5th place for the moment. But now Raikkonen obviously right on Vettel's gearbox, and I think he had lifted off a little bit there to avoid contact, but Raikkonen's up in 6th, and now looks like he's going to, and he barges his way past Vettel, and that is Kimi Raikkonen now up into 5th place, and now he's got to chase down the other Red Bull of Mark Webber, who's in 4th place. So I got the Red Bulls the wrong way around, but nevertheless, Raikkonen now on lap 16 is in P5, and he is looking to catch Mark Webber using about half his curves again. And now on to the start finish straight on lap 17, Raikkonen has DRS open, and he again sets on the purple lap, and he is very, very close to Mark Webber, but doesn't go through him in the first and second corner, because that really wouldn't have ended well. And now we can see Raikkonen open up the DRS again, and confirmation that Raikkonen is the fastest man on the track, and he goes up and Webber goes defensive into turn 3, so Raikkonen decides I'm just going to go right around the outside, and then gets the inside for the next corner, which obviously consolidates Raikkonen's 4th place, and Fernando Alonso is ahead, and Fernando Alonso actually gets past Romain Grosjean on some later in the race, and Lewis Hamilton won the race, but Kimi Raikkonen is coming home in 4th place. As he crosses the line, we now have some team radio.
Great job, Kimi. Amazing comeback, mate. Well done. Good job.
So obviously Kimi Raikkonen finishing 4th in his comeback to Formula 1, I think he didn't set the fastest lap of the race, but he gained 11 positions during that race. So a very, very good job by Kimi Raikkonen there. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton won the race. Fernando Alonso finished in 2nd. Grosjean and Raikkonen showing that the Lotus has good pace, finishing in 3rd and 4th. And then it is the 2 Red Bulls in 5th and 6th, showing their good pace. And Kobayashi finishes in 7th. 8th is Jenson Button. 9th Michael Schumacher. And rounding out the top 10 is Felipe Massa. As obviously, it's quite a good race, as now we are going to the driver standings. Obviously, the top 10 is exactly the same. Hamilton, Alonso, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Webber, Vettel, Kobayashi, Button, Michael Schumacher, and now Felipe Massa. And on the constructor standings, McLaren lead with Lotus in 2nd, Ferrari, Red Bull, Sauber, Mercedes, and the team top scoring Williams, Force India, Toro Rosso, Marussia, Caterham, and HRT. But Raikkonen did a very good job in his comeback, and so that's been the first episode of the Iceman Returns, guys. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a big like, comment down below what you thought, subscribe if you are new for weekly F1 content, and if you are looking forward to more episodes of this, then let me know down in the comments. I would really like to hear your feedback on how I can improve, and just let me know what you thought, and let me know if you are happy that I am back on YouTube, because obviously this is coming out on the 19th, the Tuesday after I uploaded my update saying I'm back on YouTube. But yeah, that's been it from me, guys, so I will see you next time.